Hello JEE takers. So welcome back CollegeDekho's official YouTube channel. So now we are again live to discuss the final verdict of JEE Mains 2026 Session 1 difficulty level and which was the most toughest shift of JEE Mains exam. So 28th January exam, shift 1 and even the shift 2 exam turned out to be very surprising for the students. Unexpected difficulty level on January 28th in the last two shifts as well. NTA did not spare the students much. So mathematics, to be literally, mathematics was brutal. Mathematics was brutal in the shift 1 of January 28. At the same time, the mathematics seemed very tough in the second shift as well. So both mathematics and chemistry were again tough on the last day of JEE Mains exam, which is quite surprising and shocking for the students. So on the last day, that is January 28th, in shift 1, the difficulty level was moderate to tough, with mathematics turning out to be the toughest section, followed by chemistry. Only physics was easy and doable in the shift 1 as well. We are just receiving the shift 2 reviews also from students. So I'm reading some reviews that I got from students. So a student said overall the paper was moderate to difficult. The shift 2 paper was also moderate to difficult. Chemistry was again tough. There was a statement based questions and MCQs had big paragraphs. Physical chemistry had almost 6 to 7 questions. So in the January 28 shift 2 exam as well, the paper was again difficult. It was moderate to difficult, and again the chemistry was the toughest section. And physical chemistry had almost 6 to 7 questions. They were again statement based questions as well. So overall, once again, the paper is becoming tough. The paper has become tough in the last shift as well. So overall, January 28th can also be considered as toughest shifts of JEE Main. So now let's analyze how what could be the first toughest shift, second toughest shift, third toughest shift. Let's do that analysis. So on the January 22nd shift 2, the paper was quite hard, specifically the chemistry part and the mathematics part. And on January 23 shift 2, again the paper was tough. Again the paper was tough. And January 28 shift 1, January 28th shift 1, again the paper was tough. So three shifts we can read three shifts we can tell in sequential order. January 22 shift 1, January 23 January 20, sorry, January 22 shift 2, January 23 shift 2, and January 28 shift 1. These three shifts were the toughest shifts of JEE Mains 2026 exam. These three shifts were the toughest shifts of the exam. January 22 shift 2, January 23 shift 2, and January 28 shift 1. These were the toughest shifts. We are still receiving the reviews for today's shift 2 exam. So in the shift 2, chemistry was tough of January 28. Mathematics was moderate. Most students were able to attempt 17 to 18 questions, which means mathematics was okay in the 28th shift 2 exam. But 28th shift 1, Jan 28th shift 1, mathematics was the toughest subject, followed by chemistry. So statement based questions were more. Overall, if you see this JEE Main session 1, chemistry had more statement based questions. And if we rate the subjects also, in the first rank we can give to chemistry. Chemistry was the toughest subject, followed by mathematics. These two subjects competed with each other in terms of difficulty level. So chemistry and mathematics were toughest, whereas physics was easy to moderate or moderate in terms of difficulty level. Physics was tough only on January 23 shift 2. On January 23 shift 2, physics was tough. Apart from that, in all other shifts, physics was okay and doable. So that's all about the overall analysis. So if we tell it in one word, the overall difficulty level of the exam, JEE Mains exam, is moderate to tough. All shifts together, if we rate the paper, it's moderate to difficult. So CollegeDekho is rating this year's JEE Mains difficulty level out of 10. If we want to rate, we are rating the difficulty level as 4, which means the paper was moderate to tough, very difficult. Compared to last year, the session 1 JEE of 2026 is tougher, is the toughest in the last 2 years. 23, 24, 25. In these 3 years, comparing with these 3 years, 2026 JEE Mains session 1 was the toughest, and we can now we can expect how the session 2 is going to be. So there is a possibility that NTA might maintain the similar difficulty level for session 2 as well. So students need to improve their accuracy in understanding the questions. You need to understand the question properly and you need to answer it. So there were more statement based questions. So be prepared to answer these kind of questions in session 2 as well. So students with very good preparation for board exams and JEE mains exam, they can score well. They can really score well. But students with moderate preparation, they might find the paper very tough in the session 2 as well. So prepare well at least for the session 2 exam. If you didn't do well in the session 1 exam, try preparing better for the session 2 exam as well, because this year's JEE session 1, 3 shifts were the toughest shifts. 3 shifts: Jan 22 shift 2, Jan 23 shift 2, and Jan 28 shift 1. 3 shifts were the toughest shifts. So these 3 shifts were competing each other for the first, second, and third positions. And chemistry and mathematics were the most toughest. That's what we are saying as per our analysis, as per CollegeDekho's analysis. In the last 3 years, 23, 24, and 25, we didn't see a such JEE paper. We didn't see such kind of JEE paper where there were more statement based questions, where there were more indirect questions, specifically in chemistry and mathematics parts. So the paper was lengthy as well. This year, in all the shifts, the paper was lengthy as well. Only respite was physics. Physics was okay and doable. So now students, but because the paper was difficult this year, the marks versus percentile variations will be a lot. The marks versus percentile variations will be there. If you can't compare last year's marks versus percentile with this year's, because last year the paper was moderate. It was not very tough. So this year, because the paper was tough, so the marks versus percentile variations will be there. There will be a huge variations in terms of marks versus percentile. We have already done a video on marks versus percentile, so you can check our video. And we are also doing a presentation on the marks versus percentile now, again for the reference of students. So with respect to marks versus percentile of JEE mains 2026 session 1, so for 230 marks, the percentile can be 99.9. So between 220 to 230 marks, you can expect a percentile between 99.2 to 99.9. And if you are expecting something between 174 marks to 180 marks, you can expect 99.5 to 99.6 percentile. And if you are expecting somewhere between 185 marks to 200 marks, you can expect something between 99.6 to 99.8 percentile. So to score so if you are scoring 200 marks in JEE Mains 2026 session 1, you can expect around a percentile of 99.8. And if you want to score 99 percentile, so what could be the expected marks for 99 percentile? So on an average, as per our analysis, considering the tougher paper, 150 plus marks, 153 to 159 marks will definitely fetch you 99 percentile in JEE Main, considering the difficulty level. So 99 percentile means almost 150 marks expected in the session 1 JEE Mains exam. So that's our analysis. And for 100 marks, if you are scoring 100 marks in JEE Mains, you can expect a percentile of 95. And if you are expecting 98 percentile in JEE Mains, the expected marks could be around 130 plus. So 130 plus is the expected marks for 98 percentile. So that's all about it. And then if you want to score 97 or 96 percentile, if you are wishing to get, if you are assuming to get 96 percentile or 97 percentile, you should definitely have a mark of more than 115. So 115 plus marks only will lead to 96, 97 percentile. And for 100 marks, between 106 marks to between 115, you can expect a percentile of 95.9 to 96.8. So that's all about the marks versus percentile analysis of JEE Mains 2026. We have also done a detailed video on the marks versus percentile. So you can click on the link available in video description to check the detailed marks versus percentile analysis of JEE Main. So overall, the paper was moderate to tough, and 3 toughest shifts: January 22 shift 2, January 23 shift 2 and January 28th shift 1. These were the toughest shifts of JEE Main, and this is the final verdict of the JEE Mains question paper. Do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned to College Dekho for more updates on JEE Mains exam. Thank you.